Holy fucking shit, you guys. You heard about this story called Hansel and Gretel? What the fuck is up with these goddamn fairy tales? Every single one of them's got a form of fucking child abuse in it. Where the hell was DSS back then? Anyway, this story starts out with a woodsman who married this piece of shit woman who doesn't like the woodsman's kids, so he's like, hey, take them out of the woods and leave them there so they starve and die and get eaten by crows and shit. And he's like, okay, that sounds like a good idea. So he takes his kids out into the woods, but one of them's smart enough to pick up a bunch of rocks and then leave a trail so they can come back home at the end of the night. They knock on the door. Father opens the door. He's like, holy shit, I wasn't expecting to see you two. And the kids were like, yeah, Dad, we know. You're a fucking piece of shit. Anyway, we're going to bed. So the next morning, the fucking stepmother kicks him out of the house again with the woodsman. This time, one of those dumb kids drops a bunch of fucking breadcrumbs, because apparently those don't biodegrade ever. Anyway, long story short, they turn around and surprise, there's no more fucking breadcrumbs, but they do find a house made of gingerbread, so they're like, hey, let's go hang out in this house made of candy with an old lady inside. That never turned out bad for nobody. So they go inside, and immediately the old lady throws a little kid in a cage and tries to feed him chicken and shit until he gets all fat like fucking Reuben Studded or whatever. I'm sorry, Reuben, you're not. This is just, I'm telling a story. So anyway, long story short, he's fucking eating this Kentucky Fried Chicken with the little girls forced to clean up the house because apparently misogyny was alive and well back then. Anyway, the witch goes up to the little boy and she can't see for shit, so he keeps handing her bones and she's like, God damn it, you're too fucking skinny. So she's like, hey, I'm gonna eat you anyway. Little girl, go make sure the oven's hot enough. The little girl's like, oh, I don't know how to work an oven or nothing. Why don't you check inside it? So the old lady goes inside the oven and boom, little girl commits homicide. Game over. So she frees her brother. They go back to the house, and apparently the stepmother died by this point for no reason. And the woodsman's like, oh, hey, kids, welcome back. And they're like, hey, Dad, you're still a piece of shit, but it's cold outside, and we ate the gingerbread house, so this is where we're going to hang out for a while. That's it. That's a fucking story. Unbelievable.